Ladies and gentlemen, time to head downstairs. We join Samantha Perry in the winner's circle with winning trainer Safi Joseph Jr.
Safi, you've won a lot of important races in your career, but to win a Pegasus World Cup race, your very first Pegasus World Cup race, take me through the emotions of that.
I mean, it means a lot. It's our home track, and this is a special event for racing. Even if you don't like racing, you're here for your first time. It's a great atmosphere, and this is what racing is about, to bring all different people together and to enjoy these moments, and it's special for us.
Since getting Be Your Best into the barn, it's like she's just completely flipped a switch. A mile and 3/8, mile. Talk about her progression.
Just a very good filly. Thankful that Mike Ryan gave us, and from the time she came in, the first time we shipped her to California, against her, it wasn't her fault. It was probably our fault for shipping her that close. And she trains like a really good horse, and she's shown it. She went from a mile and 3/8, she cut back, and she shows a lot of speed in the morning. This is what you think she's best at, from anywhere from probably a mile and 16th to a mile and a quarter. Just a filly that's extremely talented, and again, just very grateful to Mike Ryan for giving her us.
Well, you have a big rest of the last 3 races here. Are you looking forward to White Barrio and Skippy Longstocking and Mystic Lake?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we still have to keep going, and hopefully we've been knocking on the door, and we just opened it this race, and hopefully we keep the door open.
All right, Safi, congratulations to you and your team.
Thank you very much.
Trainer Safi Joseph, the winner of the Pegasus World Cup Filly and Mare Turf.
That's one thing about horse racing. Even if you own a tiny fractional part of a horse, the experience is still there.
Authentic has won the Kentucky Derby.
They've done a beautiful job of involvement with the ownership and keeping the horse in the focus.
Beast the Brave wins the Preakness.
My racehorse is really something. So I'd say come aboard. We'll make it fun.
Yeah, we were thinking about running, in the stake last month where launch was, what we decided that it was better to give her, extra few weeks. She came back fresh and she appreciated the time off. It was a nice effort from her, coming off 4 or 5 months without running and putting that 88 Bayer figure. It was a good time, and she performed like the old Olivia Darlings. So hopefully she can revalidate herself on the inside information. She won that last year, and we're looking forward to do it again. She's always been very straightforward, and she's always been game. So I think when she finds the right setup, she likes to be in the middle of the track, in the outside of the track. When she finds the right position, she's always very game. So we're hoping, and being a little bit picky, that we can post in a middle post or outside post.
Race number 11 this afternoon, 7 furlongs, the 46th running of the Inside Information presented by My Racehorse, a grade 2 event. Some scratches in here, the 1, the 2, the 3, and the number 5. So the race right now, 4 to 5 with the 9. Did you have that horse, before we go to Samantha, did you have those horse on top?
No, I was willing to play against her. She's certainly a huge hitter. I scratched into the 7. We'll talk about it. Emery's got some hurdles today. I don't think there's any doubt she's going to have to beat older horses for the first time. But as we throw it to Samantha, we can all agree she really gets all the best of it, I think, now from this advantageous outside draw, Samantha.
Yeah, most definitely. And there was a breeze of hers that was just so impressive. Now, she was breezing with a horse that was still a maiden, but just the way she drew away was impressive. You look at her, at least when she schooled a couple of days earlier, she looked fantastic, and she's just really one that seems to have taken a step forward maturity-wise and just kind of filled out a lot more from her 3-year-old to her 4-year-old career, and what a good post in this condensed field now.
Brian, let's talk about that horse that you scratched into, the number 7 horse in here, Mystic Lake for Safi Joseph Jr., going for 2 victories in a row.
Yeah, and she's 3 for 4 at the distance, Ronnie, and I know you like that. And her only loss at the distance, I don't think you can hold it that much against her. She's dangerous in here. The fact that she already beat older horses in her comeback last time, it to me gives her a leg up on Emery, and she's the house horse. She's got a win over the track as well for Safi Joseph Jr. Of course, just won the Pegasus Filly and Mare Turf in the last race. I'm very surprised she's not the favorite. It'll be close by post time, but you get Irad too, by the way.
You remember the number 6, Samantha, Jody's Pride, back in 2023 when she just came within a neck of winning the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies.
Yeah, and this might be a big class test for her today because they've tried a couple of different things with her, and most recently it was on the grass at Aqueduct, and she's one that she does kind of fit that profile of a grass filly, and you see her physically, and I think that they're on the right idea here with her. Now that they're moving back to the dirt, it kind of seems like maybe just a spot to try and then just move on from here, but to me, it's kind of hard to play horses that once they've gone to the turf, going back to the dirt again.
Well, sticking with you with Olivia Darling, I know you spoke to Jorge Delgado. David Egan will be in the saddle today.
Reigning champion of this grade 2 Inside Information, and she just did it so visually impressive last time out, and she's taking a nice path to victory here today. She came off of a long layoff from July all the way to November, where she just won very impressively. I think she's such a dangerous mare here. What a price on her too, if you like her. I know that she's kind of in the shadows of a horse like Emery, but this is one that I included in my late place.
Brian, anything else as they head up the ramp for the 46th running of the Inside Information?
Well, I'll just quickly mention the other Safi Joseph Jr. Of course, that's the 4 Hall and Ice. She won at Oaklawn last time. She's an Oaklawn kind of horse, an Arkansas bred. You and I talked in the morning. It's going to be a jockey's race too, Ronnie. 5 horses, a compact field. There could be a little cat and mouse here. We're going to figure it all out in about 4 minutes. Pete Aiello is going to walk you through the field for the Grade 2 Inside Information.
The horses are leaving the walking ring and moving on to the track now for race number 11, the 46th running of the Inside Information presented by My Racehorse. Grade 2 runners on the main track at 7 furlongs for $215,000 in guaranteed purse money. Here's the field. Number 4 is Haul and Ice, owned by C2 Racing, Miller Racing, Paul Braverman, and Timothy Pinch, trained by Safi Joseph Jr., ridden by Edwin Gonzalez. Number 6, Jody's Pride, is owned by Sportsman Stable and Parkland Thoroughbreds, trained by Jorge Abreu. Luis Saez on board. 7 is Mystic Lake, carries the colors of C2 Racing Stable, owned in partnership with Stefania Farm. Safi Joseph Jr. trains. Irad Ortiz Jr. up. Number 8 is Olivia Darling, owned by AMO Racing USA, trained by Jorge Delgado with David Egan. Rounding out the field, 9, Emery, owned by Stone Street Stable, trained by Brad Cox, ridden by Tyler Gaffleone. Win, play, show, exacta, trifecta, superfecta, daily double, and pick 3 wagering. 3 minutes to post. And there's a look at groom Edgar Garcia. He's the groom for Jody's Pride, who's a 7-1 chance here, but she is the best turned out horse and groom award winner for the Inside Information this year. Congratulations to Mr. Garcia for a job well done, and good luck to his filly, Jody's Pride, here. First racing coast to coast pick 5 begins here with race 11, the inside information. This is the starting leg of Elite Pick 3 offering. Still time to wager. The horses are at the gate. It's now post time. They're moving in for a start, race 11. The inside information presented by My Racehorse. The odds-on favorite at 4-5 is number 9, Emery. She wears the gold and burgundy of Stone Street Stable and is trained by Brad Cox. Hall and Ice is a 2-1 second choice. These two are the dominant market leaders. Defending champion Olivia Darling sits at 7-1, and she's the next to move in. She wears the AMO purple colors. And then drawn the outside, Emery will complete the line. Emery. They're in the gate. Off and running, and the inside information. The favorites both break very well, as Emery's on the outside of Hall and Ice, and splitting them is Olivia Darling. These three almost in line. From Jody's Pride, who's reined back by Saya's to land a tracking spot in fourth. The early trailer is Hall and Ice. So almost three in line. The pace appears a controlled one as they head to the opening quarter. Olivia Darling from between horses. Emery is out 3 wide. Along the inside, it's Mystic Lake. These three shoulder to shoulder through a 22-4 opening quarter. Racing in fourth is Jody's Pride, and the trailer is Hall and Ice. So there's really no pace on here, so the real race hasn't started yet. They enter the far turn with Mystic Lake ahead in front. Olivia Darling in the 2-path, 3 wide and on a hold is Emery from third. Also on a hold from fourth is Jody's Pride. Saya's deciding where he wants to race there, and Hall and Ice gets started from the back. 5 runners separated by 2.5. From between horses, Jody's Pride found a seam, and Jody's Pride is out to spoil the party here. Hall and Ice is toward the outside, toward the inside, Mystic Lake. Off the turn and the stretch drive. It's Mystic Lake on the inside, Jody's Pride on the outside. Emery is third, but needs to do better. They're an eighth of a mile out. Jody's Pride roused forward. Mystic Lake fights back toward the inside. Mystic Lake outside Jody's Pride didn't get by. Emery tries to level off. It's Mystic Lake just in front. Outside Emery. Mystic Lake, I think, held. Mystic Lake certainly deserved to win. She turned away all challenges, I hope. In 122-2, it's a win picture in the inside information. In the picture, it was the 7, Mystic Lake, who held on to win it. Number 9, Emery was second. Number 6, Jody's Pride third. Number 8, Olivia Darling fourth. Number 4, Hall and Ice fifth. 7, 9, 6, 8, 4, 122-2. If you ever heard told by somebody that horses don't know about winning races, have them watch that replay. Mystic Lake pinned her ears flat back at the 8th pole and would not let Jody's Pride by, and then held off the late push from Emery to get the victory in the inside information. Game winner here, daughter of Motown out of Salty Soul by It's My Lucky Day. She was bred in Florida by Peggy Costanzo. Carries the colors of C2 Racing Stable and is owned in partnership with Stefania Farm. Safi Joseph Jr., the winning trainer, the winning jockey, I Rat Ortiz Jr. It's a 2-1 second choice win for Mystic Lake, 122-2. The exacta $12, the trifecta $10.85, superfecta $33.90, $3.39 for a dime. The daily double $59, the pick three $739.10. 1 minute 22 and 59 100 seconds for Mystic Lake. Today's Inside Information Stakes is brought to you by My Racehorse. We direct your attention now to the winner's circle as we welcome Joe Moran and Caitlin Dunn. On behalf of My Racehorse, they make the trophy presentation to the winning connections of Mystic Lake, the winner of the 2025 Inside Information Stakes. Congratulations to Safi Joseph Jr. for his second stakes victory on the program. Congratulations to Irad Ortiz Jr. and C2 Racing, Stefania Farm. They win with Mystic Lake. Up next, co-feature race of the day, the 7th running of the Pegasus World Cup Invitational on the turf, presented by Qatar Racing. It's a grade 1 with a $1 million purse. They go 9 furlongs, a mile and an eighth, over the firm turf. Scratch the 1 and 14. Junior Alvarado rides 13, Fort Washington. It's a field of 12. Win, play, show, exacta, trifecta, superfecta. Daily double wagering. Post time, 4:55. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go downstairs. We join Samantha Perry standing by with the winning owners of Mystic Lake.
Racing manager of C2 Stables and owner along with you and Clint. What a horse race this was.
It really was. I'll tell you, I was a little worried down the backside when the 3 hooked up, and she was inside, but Irad did a masterful job as always and got her leveled off inside the 8th pole, and she saw how game she was to the wire. So,
did you have a lot of confidence coming in with her after that Sugar Swirl win?
We really did. You know, she needed that race. We didn't really tighten the screws down for that race. We had this race all along in mind, and obviously it's worked out nice.
Let's talk about the big guy here, White Abarrio. What a big kid he is, honestly, and just kind of what are your thoughts going into this race today?
Well, we're very happy where he is. You know, by design, we ran him in the 2 7-furlong races. We had this all along, which is where we wanted to point, so he's coming in the race fabulous. If he breaks good and gets a good trip, we think he's got a big shot here.
Does winning this race here make you more or less nervous for the Pegasus World Cup?
Less. Part of the pressure's off, so.
All right, well, congratulations to you and Clint and the whole team.
All right, thank you, Sam.
Thank you guys here.
Mum, Dad, we have something to tell you.
You have a twin brother we never told you about.
I'm sorry.
Left him in America.
I always knew there was something missing. And that was Other David. Have you called him Other David?
No, if there's two Davids, one has to be Other David.
Look at those two.
Oh,
is that me?
Yeah.
No, that one.
No, that's his eyes.
No, that's
his
David. Other David. Mum? I don't know. Anyway, where is he?
Really ran really well in the River City. Laid right in behind the horse on the lead. The jock rode a terrific race on him. When he punched, he was there. But I think that the Lounge races leading up to it kind of got him to that point. A little bit. He was a little wide the whole way, but he finished up great. It was kind of, he wasn't an unlucky loser because he got beat. But, I mean, I thought he ran awfully well and, could have gone either way. Probably didn't get to bring him into it the best that I could have. And then he just didn't have any luck in the race. I mean, Tyler rode him and rode fine, but we were just kind of jumbled up and down on the inside. He wanted to get him to the outside and it just didn't work out. Still good. They all three worked at Payson this morning. I was up there. I thought they all worked really well. I put Fort Washington in sort of at the lake because I thought he worked so good. I said I better take a look in case something were to happen along the way.
Yeah, I mean, Major Dude, he's ultra consistent, and I think he likes a little bit of cover, make a late run like he did in the Fort Lauderdale. So hopefully he can work out that same kind of trip. We decided to take the blinkers off after the last start. We were backing up from 1.5 miles to a shorter race, so we wanted to experiment a little bit. First time he'd had him on. They kind of put him into the race a little bit, but talking to Tyler a little bit after the race, he didn't think they made a big impact, and so we decided to take him back off for this start.
Race number 12, 1 mile, 1/8 on the turf. It is the 7th running of the Pegasus World Cup Turf International presented by Qatar Racing, a Grade 1 event, $1 million. We do have some scratches to let you know about. The 1 Siege of Boston and the number 14 Patos have been declared out of the race, and boy, it is getting very exciting here, Brian.
2 big ones left. This one in the World Cup. 2 phenomenal betting races, too. Look at the favorite, 3-1 right now. The World Cup doesn't figure to be all that much different. If you want to get out on a great late daily double, this is your 2 races.
Well, let's go to Samantha with the number 5 Integration. We just heard Shug McGahee telling us about the number 5. What did you say out there?
Well, Integration is a horse to me that just has so much back class, and that's what I like about him so much. And that win that he's coming off of was very impressive. Now can he back that up, because it has been a little bit of time between races for him, but I think that it's important to note just how strong the Shug McGahee contingent is in this race here, to be quite honest, guys. This is a barn that is just so prolific with his turf runners, and this horse here, that mile and 3/8 win, was very nice. He finished 5th in this race last year, so he's familiar with his surroundings.
The three, Brian, in here, Harano Ramon. This horse you've liked all along comes off that second place finish.
Yeah, and he's a little bit of a steam horse on the board right now at 9-2. He's a second favorite in the double. Will Pays, he's actually very, very close to the favorite, and that's the 7 Nations Pride. Comes in off a big run to Johannes, who could have been favored in this race if he unfortunately wasn't able to make it. Great ground-saving post. He's fast on figures and paper. Luis Saez got to know him last time, and he's got the right running style to be at least close early on.
Samantha, the favorite right now at 3-1, the number 7 Nations Pride, of course, from the barn of Charlie Appleby with William Buick in the saddle. To me, a little cool on the board.
Yeah, I think so too. And I'm just a little hesitant with all of the Charlie Appleby runners, because to be honest, they just haven't really been showing their best side, and that's just kind of not very typical for the barn here. Look, he's a classy horse. It was very impressive the way he won the Arlington Million at Colonial. I don't want to take anything away from him, but I just feel like that if you are going to take a short price on this horse, it might just not be worth it.
Brian, the number 13, Fort Washington, just gets beat a neck by Major Dude, sitting up there 35-1. What do you make? Is it because of his running style that he's just being cool on the board?
I don't know, Ron. It might be because he was an AE. Well, he's in the race, everybody. I promise you that. And he just missed behind Major Dude, who's 5-1 right now. The post isn't ideal. He couldn't quite match gears with Major Dude through the stretch, but he's a legitimate board contender in this race, and he's the overlay of the race at 35-1 right now.
Yeah, Junior Alvarado will be in the saddle. Samantha, you could take him to the track. Anything else that you spotted out there that we should know about?
Well, I think that the 8 Spirit of St. Louis is a little bit sneaky in this race here. Trainer Chad Brown, just known for his grass runners here. There's a reason this horse is in the race, although he did win against State Breds last time out. Watch out for this one. He's taking some money here, and I definitely think this is a horse worth playing.
Well, they're going to the track for race number 12, the $1 million Pegasus World Cup Turf International.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gulfstream Park First Racing, in coordination with Qatar Racing, proudly presents to you now the 7th running of the Pegasus World Cup Turf Invitational for $1 million. Number 2 is Formidable Man, owned by Mr. and Mrs. William Warren Jr., trained by Mike McCarthy. The jockey is Umberto Rispoli. Number 3, Mi Hermano Ramon, owned by Rancho Temescal Thoroughbred Partners and Red Baron's Barn, and trained by Mark Glatt. Luis Saez, the jockey. Number 4 is Live Oak Plantation's Win for the Money, trained by Mark Cassie, ridden by Dylan Davis. Number 5 is Integration, owned by William Freeman, West Point Thoroughbreds, Woodford Racing, Pine Racing, Michael Valdez and John Ballantyne, trained by Shug McGahee, the jockey Frankie Dettori. Number 6 is Spendthrift Farms Major Dude, Todd Pletcher trains, Irad Ortiz Jr. rides. Number 7 is Nation's Pride, owned by Godolphin, trained by Charlie Appleby, ridden by William Buick. Number 8, Spirit of St. Louis, is owned by Michael Dubb, Richard Schimmerhorn, and Mataket Stable, trained by Chad Brown, ridden by Tyler Gaffleone. Number 9 is Baunikov, owned by Little Red Feather Racing, Mataket Stables, and the Old Bones Racing Stable, trained by Phil D'Amato, ridden by O'Sheen Murphy. Number 10, Battle of Normandy, carries the colors of West Point Thoroughbreds, owned in partnership with Woodford Racing. Shug McGahee trains. Jose Ortiz is the jockey. Number 11 is Grand Sonata, owned by Whisper Hill Farm, trained by Todd Pletcher, with John Velasquez. Rounding out the field, first 12 Chasing the Crown, owned by David Staudiker, Angelo Carcimo, and Paradise Farms. Trained by Mike Maker, ridden by Edgard Zayas. Completing the group is Magic Cap Stables Fort Washington, trained by Shug McGahee, and Junior Alvarado has the call. That's the field of 12 to contest the issue in the $1 million Pegasus World Cup Turf presented by Qatar Racing. Post time in only 2 minutes. Best Turned Out Horse and Groom Award winner for race number 12 is Grand Sonata. Congratulations to groom Alfredo Balber. Still time for your wagers. The Pegasus World Cup Turf is up next to kick off the late daily double. The horses are approaching the starting gate. 1 minute. The horses are at the gate. It's post time for the 2025 Pegasus World Cup Turf, presented by Qatar Racing. A field of 12 go 9 furlongs on a firm turf. Formidable Man is the first to move in line, joined in by Spirit of St. Louis. Here's Balnikov stepping forward. Mi Hermano Ramon. Battle of Normandy in the West Point colors goes forward next. Now Win for the Money. Grand Sonata. Integration. Chasing the Crown. Three more to move in. Waiting for Major Dude, Nation's Pride, and from the outside, Fort Washington. Fort Washington to complete the line. They're in the gate. They're off in the Pegasus World Cup Turf. Good start from between for Win for the Money. Major Dude was away in good shape in the center of the racetrack. Formidable Man marching through at the inside. Splitting Horses Integration won't be far away. In fact, Integration will sit third in the early stages here. Mi Hermano Ramon is at the rail. Followed by Spirit of St. Louis. Nation's Pride guided over to the rail now. On his outside, Battle of Normandy. Then it's Grand Sonata. Balnikov is next. The two at the back are Chasing the Crown and Fort Washington. They chase the speed of Formidable Man around the first turn. He leads 3 parts of a length. Win for the Money is there second. Mi Hermano Ramon is third. Integration patiently handled in fourth, followed by a headstrong Nation's Pride. He's a bit keen toward the rail. Spirit of St. Louis is between horses, and Major Dude is 3 wide. Then it's a length and a half to Balnikov. He races together with Grand Sonata and Battle of Normandy. Still out the back are Chasing the Crown and Fort Washington. That's the 12 of them through a 46-1 opening half mile. Formidable Man has been in front from the outset. He leads by a neck. Win for the Money turns up the pressure in second. Integration races between horses. Nation's Pride has an inside lane, but he'll need to find room from there. Mi Hermano Ramon is with them. Then back to Major Dude and Balnikov. He's stuck in traffic. Spirit of St. Louis hemmed in traffic between horses. Outside Battle of Normandy underway from the back is Fort Washington as they reach the top of the stretch. Many chances here. Integration let go for a run 3 wide. Win for the Money fights right back. Major Dude over the top. And Mi Hermano Ramon names movement on the far outside. Spirit of St. Louis. They're an eighth of a mile from home. Integration has the lead, but they're swarming in on the outside. Spirit of St. Louis runs at him with the 16th to go. Here comes Spirit of St. Louis. He's in time. Spirit of St. Louis gets up to win the Pegasus World Cup Turf from Integration second. Long Shot Chasing the Crown is third in 1:44.2. Number 8, Spirit of St. Louis was first. Number 5, Integration was second. Number 12, Chasing the Crown, third. Number 3, Mi Hermano Ramon, he ran fourth. Fifth is 13, Fort Washington. The numbers are 8, 5, 12, 3, and 13. 1:44 and 2, the final running time. Tyler Gaffleone on board for his third riding victory of the day. It comes aboard Spirit of St. Louis. The result of the Pegasus World Cup Turf is official: 8-5, 12-3, and 13. 1:44 and 2, the final running time. Spirit of St. Louis is a 7-1 winner. And the 13th race is up next. Today's 13th race, the star of the show. It's the 9th running of the $3 million Pegasus World Cup Invitational. 9 furlongs, 1 mile and an eighth, 1 lap around the Hallandale Beach Oval, with a field of 11. Scratch number 8, Vitality. Win, play, show, exacta, trifecta is superfecta. Super high 5 possibility. Now returning to the winner's circle, the winner of the 12th race, number 8, Spirit of St. Louis. Spirit of St. Louis, a 6-year-old dark bear brown gelding by Medaglia d'Oro. Out of Concord Kid by Lemon Drop Kid. He's a New York bred by Chester and Mary Broman. He's owned by Richard Schemmerhorn, Michael Dubb, and the Mataket stable. Trained by Chad Brown. The winning rider for a riding triple on the day, jockey Tyler Gaffleone. Three wins for Tyler Gaffleone. He gets another Pegasus World Cup Turf to add to his resume. This is not his first win in the race. He's won it before. Chad Brown for 2 training victories on the afternoon. He's also won this race before. Chad won it with bricks and mortar. Spirit of St. Louis is a 7-1 winner of the 2025 Pegasus World Cup Turf, presented by Qatar Racing. When it returns, 1780, the exacta 8440, the trifecta $490.05, superfecta $8,961.30, $896.13 for a dime. Daily double $66, the pick 3 $241.20. Final running time 1:44 and 50 seconds. More in a moment.
Pegasus World Cup Turf, and alongside me is Aidan Butler, the president of First, to make the presentation to the winning ownership group, who are represented by Madaket Sol Kuman. Aidan?
Congratulations. As Chad said, you brought the right one here, and I'm really proud to see you win it. Well done, Ty.
And Tyler Gaffleone, we need to have a word with you because we weren't able to before, and Chad was singing your praise and says you haven't ridden a bad race around Gulfstream this meet. Why do you feel so good when you come to this place?
You know, it's home for me. It's always a pleasure to come back and see all the friendly faces. It's great to be in the winner's circle here, especially with a group like this. Just thrilled for the opportunity and so happy for the connections.
And tell me what sort of feel this horse gave you today and how you think he could fly.
He gave me a lot of confidence the whole way around there. He traveled like a winner, just had a fun room, and when I did, he finished the job well.
And if you could tell everybody the knack to riding Gulfstream Park, what is it? What do you need?
Fast horses.
you had the fastest horse today. Tyler, congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. Spirit of St. Louis wins the Pegasus World Cup Turf. Sol Kuman, he's happy to be back. He was a national treasure last year, Ahmed.
All right, thank you.
Mum, Dad, we have something to tell you.
You have a twin brother we never told you about.
Oh, sorry.
Left him in America.
I always knew there was something missing. Yeah, that was other David. You called him other David.
Well, if there's two Davids, one has to be other David.
Look at those two. Oh, is that me? Yeah.
No, that one. No, that's his eyes.
That's
his
David. Other David. Mum? I don't know. Anyway, where is he?
Win big with new DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Yeah, so far everything's gone as good as you can ask for a horse to go. We're pleased with him, his weight, his condition, his color, and most important, his mentality. We find like he's calm. He's become calm and right kind of energy, and I feel like mentally he's coming into this race the best he can come in. So hopefully that carries over to a race day. Yeah, I mean, didn't win, always want to win. That's a competitive nature in all of us. I mean, I would like to think so, but I thought he ran a winning race, and that's what you try to look. Every race you run with a horse, you try to get something out of it, and I thought we got what we wanted out of it. He took a lot of dirt, and he ran well, and we looked at it as it was a win for us. Yeah, he has. He's been our hard, consistent horse that just exceeded every expectation, and even when we didn't have a barrier at that time, he held on the fort for us. He kept us together, he kept us whole, so we owe him everything. And after the Breeders' Cup, he was drawn wide again, and I thought the Breeders' Cup was so good. It was such a good run. I mean, he tried his butt off from a bad pulse, and he's coming into the race well. Hopefully get a good pulse, and Skippy's knocking on the door. He's going to break through in one of these grade ones soon. It's only a matter of time, and maybe Pegasus Day might be the day for him.
Yeah, we're really happy with Locked. His last 2 races have been great. We feel like he's a 2-turn horse. He's going to appreciate stretching out to 1 1/8 miles. Difficult draw, but hopefully he can show enough tactical speed to put himself in a good position into the first turn. He's not a quick horse, but I like the way he ran in the 2 other than at Aqueduct. When he going 7/8, he broke alertly and put himself in a good spot. So I think that shows that he's capable of doing that when needed. I mean, Krupi's kind of a pace-dependent, trip-dependent horse. Always shows up, runs hard, would benefit from a strong pace. And he's a little bit tricky because he doesn't like a lot of kickback, but he's also a come-from-behind horse. So hopefully Luis can get him in a position where he's not getting too much kickback and come with a late run.
Race number 13, 1 mile, 1/8. It is the 9th running of the Pegasus World Cup Invitational Grade 1 event, scratch number 8, Vitality. And before we delve into this race, Brian, things are really starting to percolate around here. Current favorite is the number 11, Locked. We'll see how things play out.
Yeah, there's a single in the Rainbow Six as well. The one horse is an actual single. Mixto at 35-1. Other than that, we'll have a huge mandatory day. The Super High 5 is a carryover as well. Take note of that. It's a fascinating race, Ronnie. There's a race within the race. We can talk complexities in the race. You know, you would think Saudi Crown, the 2 horse who's 4-1 right now, he could control this race from the outset.
Yeah, certainly. And, you know, we haven't seen speed per se on the main track as we've seen on the turf course, so it's going to be interesting to see how tactically they run this race.
Yeah, without a doubt. White Abario, one of the favorites of the 4-horse, broke very slow in the Mr. Prospector. He's going to stretch back out to 9 furlongs. In his day, he had the speed to lay close at least. And then you've got Locke, the favorite right now, the morning line favorite, in a very disadvantageous post, the 11 hole. He does get to move in one slot. He's going to have to be used a little bit, Ronnie, to get position into what is a very quick run to the first turn.
Yeah, just looking at the board right now, 2 horses vying for favoritism, as you mentioned. White Abario 5-2. Well, now you can see the 11 horse Locked went to 2-1. So they're sort of zeroing in on 2 horses in this race. Okay, Saudi Crown is going to give a good chance on the front end. We're going to go and turn it over to the festivities. We'll be back.
And after that, I go from there. You know, if somehow I make the lead and I feel like I'm comfortable enough with it, I go with it. And if I feel like the pace is too quick and my horse somehow struggle a little bit, I'll probably be a little bit off the pace. But still,
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the walking ring for a special call for Riders Up. Let's welcome the former undisputed World Heavyweight Champion of the world, the baddest man on the planet. Here he is, Iron Mike Tyson!
It's finally time for the Pegasus World Cup, and to all the fans around the world, Riders Up!
Yeah. Let's go.
Well done.
Iron Mike Tyson, what a knockout, good performance by him. So things are really starting to get exciting here, especially with that. So Sam, Who do you like here after that great introduction?
Yeah, I don't want to go a couple rounds with that guy, that's for sure. But the energy in this paddock is absolutely electric, and the number 2 Saudi Crown is a horse that we've actually seen a few times this week, schooling a couple of times, I should say. The first time he got pretty hot. The second time he was much better. Today he's handled himself flawlessly. He knows that it is game time, and that's what you want to see. He's got speed. I know you guys already kind of touched on just the flow of this race here, but he's not a need the lead type by any means, guys.
What did you see with the number 4, Samantha, with White Abarrio?
Just a horse that is so cool to be in this race. For one, be back in the Saffie Joseph barn, just kind of a full circle moment here, and he could not be doing any better than he is right now. I spent some time with him at the barn. Truly just a big kid, but he has got to break from the starting gate. If he does not, if he's off slow like he was in his last 2 starts, there are a lot bigger hurdles here today for him to handle, but I do think that the distance, it should even him out.
Brian, what do we do with the Kentucky Derby champ in here with Mystic Dan? How does that play out? He's sitting up there at 9-1.
Yeah, he was a total no-show in the Malibu. It was a 7-furlong race off a layoff. He's going to need a quick about face. He's a Derby winner. We know he oozes class. Kenny McPeak eyed this race all along. Front and center today. We're going to figure it all out in about 7 minutes, but there's no doubt about it, Ron. He really needs to improve to make a dent against a world-class field like this in the Pegasus.
We're up against it, but Samantha, tell us about the favorite in here at 5-2 Lock.
Locked is a deserving favorite. He ran hard at Aqueduct, but I just think he might be a little bit up against it as far as the track flow here. But we'll send it up to Pete Aiello. He'll give you the field for the 2025 Pegasus World Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gulfstream Park and First Racing proudly present to you now the 9th running of the Pegasus World Cup Invitational. $3 million up for grab, Grade 1 runners at 1 1/8 over the fast main track. Here's the field. Number 1 is Mixto, owned by the Calumet Farm and trained by Doug O'Neill. The jockey is Frankie Dettori. Number 2 is Saudi Crown, owned by FMQ Stable, trained by Brad Cox. The jockey Florent Giroux. Number 3 is Newgrange, owned by David Burnson and the Rockingham Ranch and trained by Jose D'Angelo with Amisael Jaramillo. Number 4 is Florida Derby winner White Abarrio, owned by Antonio Pagano, C2 Racing, Prince Fazal bin Khalid Bil Al Saad, trained by Safi Joseph Jr., ridden by Irad Ortiz Jr. In the colors of Rapoli Stable, number 5 is Krupi. He's owned in partnership with St. Elias Stable and is trained by Todd Pletcher, the jockey Luis Saez. Number 6 is Stronghold, owned by Eric and Sharon Waller, trained by Phil D'Amato, the jockey Antonio Fresu. Number 7 is Steel Sunshine, owned by Jules and Michael Ivorone, Kerry Brogdon, Kevin Pollard, Ed Gorey, and David Menard, trained by Bobby DeBona, ridden by Dylan Davis. Number 9, Kentucky Derby winner Mystic Dan. He's owned by 4G Racing Stable, Valley View Farm, Lance Gassaway, and Daniel Hanby III. Kenny McPeak does the training. Brian Hernandez Jr. is in town for the riding assignment. Number 10 is Skippy Longstocking. He sports the colors of Daniel Alonso and is trained by Safi Joseph Jr., the jockey Tyler Gaffleone. The 11 is the race favorite Locked. Locked is owned by Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners and the Walmack Farm. He's trained by Todd Pletcher, the jockey John Velasquez. Rounding out the field is number 12, Power Squeeze. She's owned by Lee Farms and trained by Jorge Delgado with Javier Castellano. That's the field of 11 to go 1 1/8 for $3 million. The 9th running of the Pegasus World Cup Invitational is next in 4 minutes. Best turned out horse of the Pegasus World Cup for 2025 is a big long shot in Newgrange. Congratulations go out to groom Jesus Caballo. Good luck to Newgrange here. Our thanks to the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance and Centennial Farm for their sponsorship of the Best Turned Out Horse Awards for this year's Pegasus World Cup. Post time for race 13 is 3 minutes away. There's a high five carryover on the Pegasus World Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, remember there is a Super High Five carryover into this race, race 13. The Super High Five, a $1 wager. Pick the top 5 finishers in this year's Pegasus World Cup. Each combination just $1. While we have your attention, we'd like to thank you most sincerely for joining us on Pegasus World Cup Day 2025. We hope you'll stick around for the great after-party festivities. Live racing again tomorrow. It's a Sunday card. It begins at 12:20, and tomorrow's card features a mandatory payout in the 20-cent Rainbow Six. We're looking at a pool that will be easily over the $4 million level. Join us tomorrow here at Gulfstream for a big pool in the Rainbow Six. Great nighttime festivities follow the Pegasus World Cup program here tonight. We certainly invite you all to stick around. World-class entertainment rolls on long into the evening hours tonight. Great craft cocktails. The Carousel Club is where it's at, trackside, for our Pegasus World Cup after party. Gulfstream Park is proud to be a 7-day-a-week full-service facility. Download the official Gulfstream Park app at the Apple Store today to keep up with all the festivities throughout the winter season. Racing year-round in Hallandale Beach at Gulfstream. The horses are approaching the starting gate. 1 minute to the Pegasus World Cup. The horses are at the gate. It's now post time. Moving in for a start for the 2025 $3 million Pegasus World Cup. It's a field of 11. They go 9 furlongs, 1 lap around the Hallandale Beach Oval at 1 1/8 miles. Mixto is the first to move in line, joined in by Stronghold. Here's Saudi Crown, the gray. Steel Sunshine. New Grange. Kentucky Derby winner Mystic Dan. Florida Derby winner and Breeders' Cup Classic champion White Abario is ready. Skippy Longstocking. 3 more. Croupy. Locked. And from the outside, Power Squeeze. Here's the race favorite 2-1 on Locked. Draw on the outside, it's Power Squeeze to complete the line. Power Squeeze, the filly taking on the boys. She takes the outside gate. We're ready for Pegasus World Cup number 9. In the gate. They're off in the Pegasus World Cup. Locked was a step slow to get going. Last to break. Excellent start for Saudi Crown from down toward the inside, and Florent Giroux will send Saudi Crown right to the top. Stronghold comes away in second with an inside lane. It's Mixto into third. Brian Hernandez Jr. and the Kentucky Derby winner Mystic Dan up close to the action. He's now third in the green cap. It's a length and a half to the gray White Abario racing outside of New Grange. Then it's the team of Locked and Skippy Longstocking. They've gone 4 ahead of Power Squeeze. Well back early are Croupy and Steel Sunshine. They complete the opening quarter in 23-2. It's not flying, it's not crawling either. Saudi Crown has the lead by a length and a half. Mystic Dan races on the outside of a second running Stronghold. Moving out the rail in fourth is Mixto. Then it's a well-settled White Abario. He's the gray. He's in the clear, and he's only about 2 lengths off the pace setter. New Grange is next. He's racing about 5 lengths behind with Skippy Longstocking to his inside. Then it's a 2-length margin to Locked. He spots the leader about 6.5 lengths, working 4 in front of Steel Sunshine. Then Power power squeeze, and Krupe is last. They went the opening half mile in 46-3, and they swing around the far turn. Saudi Crown yet to face a threat. He's a length and a half in front with 3 furlongs to go. White Abario makes his move into second now. Moving up toward the inside, that stronghold from between horses, Mystic Dan, but he's dropping back. Trying to get underway is Locked. The favorite has a lot to do. He's warming to the task, 7 lengths off the lead, but the Grays are 1-2. And here comes Florida Derby champ White Abario, looming up on the outside, and he powers right by Saudi Crown. White Abario is opening up with 1/8 of a mile to go. Back to second is Saudi Crown, Skippy Longstocking, and Locked are next. But this is a tour de force, a Pegasus World Cup to add to his Florida Derby and Breeders' Cup resume. White Abario, sharp in victory. Up for second is Locked. Back to third with Skippy Longstocking. It's closer fourth. Mixto might have got up. They covered the mile in 1/8 and 1:48 and 5/100ths. Your champ is White Abario. Number 4, White Abario was first. Number 11, Locked was second. Number 10, Skippy Longstocking third. Number 1, Mixto was fourth. And number 2, Saudi Crown ran fifth. 4, 11, 10, 1, and 2. Final time for the race, 1:48 flat. The Pegasus World Cup of 2025 is now official. The results confirmed. 4, 11, 10, 1, and 2. 4, 11, 10, 1, and 2. White Abario, 5-2, and home first. Not only was he home first, he was a dominant winner. Drew off. White Abarrio becomes the first horse in Gulfstream Park history to win our two biggest races. As a 3-year-old, he was victorious in the Florida Derby. Now 6, White Abarrio takes down the Pegasus World Cup. Safi Joseph Jr. and Irad Ortiz Jr. with C2 Racing. They won the inside information with Mystic Lake. That was nice, but this is nicer. The win here, and a dominant one at that, comes from White Abarrio. White Abarrio, a 6-year-old Greyer Roan horse by Race Day out of Catching Diamonds by Into Mischief. Bred by Spendthrift Farm in Kentucky. He's owned by Prince Faisal bin Khalid bin Abzalis Al Saad and Antonio Pagano. C2 Racing, principal owners of White Abarrio, the winning trainer, Safi Joseph Jr. The winning jockey is Irad Ortiz Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, your Pegasus World Cup champ, here's White Abarrio.